In the quiet town of Oakview, a place where nothing much ever happens, one man was about to experience the most unexpected twist of his life. Harold Thompson, a quiet and unremarkable individual, spent his days in a predictable cycle of instant coffee, daytime TV, and occasionally contemplating whether his houseplants resented him. But one fateful afternoon, while returning from his usual stroll to the grocery store, Harold found himself at the center of a life-or-death drama. Harold was minding his own business, wondering if buying 2-for-1 donuts had been a wise dietary choice, when he heard a frantic squeaking coming from a nearby bush. Curiosity piqued, he cautiously approached the source of the noise and discovered an unusual scene. A small, scrappy rat, cornered by a snake. Without a second thought, and perhaps driven by an unexpected surge of heroism, Harold grabbed a stick and poked the snake until it reluctantly slithered away. In that moment, a friendship was born. Harold scooped up the little rat, took him home, and named him Sir Ratington, for reasons known only to Harold's whims. But it wasn't long before this simple act of kindness would pay off in ways Harold could never have imagined. Sir Ratington quickly adapted to his new life, becoming an indispensable part of Harold's household. Every morning, Harold would awaken to find a neatly laid out pair of socks and underwear at the foot of his bed. It was as if Sir Ratington had taken it upon himself to improve Harold's otherwise haphazard routine. Dr. Samantha Pawsworth from the Institute of Advanced Rodent Studies explained,
"Rats possess an impressive ability to detect items of importance to their human companions, particularly when it comes to textiles. Our studies indicate that rats can differentiate between worn and unworn clothing based on subtle pheromonal cues. Sir Ratington's behaviour suggests he's not only aware of Harold's morning routine, but is actively trying to enhance it. This phenomenon is part of what we call the rodent roommate response."
Of course, Sir Ratington's expertise wasn't limited to laundry and light housekeeping. One peculiar friendship he formed was with the neighborhood raccoons. Science has shown that rats and raccoons share a unique bond, largely centered around their mutual love for scavenging discarded snacks and leftover beer. Dr. Fiona McChetter, an expert in urban wildlife interactions, explained,
"It's what we call the junk food alliance. Rats and raccoons are often seen foraging together behind restaurants and in alleyways, indulging in stale nachos and half-drunk cans of beer. Their shared affinity for salty snacks and fermented beverages creates a natural camaraderie. We've even recorded instances of these two species sharing resources, a behavior that is both heartwarming and slightly alarming."
Life with Sir Ratington was smooth sailing for Harold, until one dark and stormy night when everything changed. As Harold slept peacefully, dreaming of his favorite childhood cereal, a masked burglar crept into his home. Without a sound, the thief tied Harold up using an old garden hose and began rummaging through drawers in search of valuables. But little did the intruder know, Sir Ratington was napping nearby, and his keen rodent senses detected that something was amiss. Like a tiny, squeaky avenger, Sir Ratington leapt into action. He scurried across the floor and launched himself directly at the burglar's face, squeaking with a fury that would terrify even the bravest of souls.
Rats are incredibly territorial when it comes to their chosen humans. When they perceive a threat, they go into what we call defensive gnaw mode. Sir Ratington's attack was not just a random act of aggression, it was a calculated attempt to protect his human companion. The fact that he went for the face shows a deep understanding of where humans are most vulnerable.
The burglar, overwhelmed by the sudden flurry of whiskers and teeth, fled the scene in sheer terror, leaving Harold tied up and helpless. But Sir Ratington's heroism didn't end there. The determined rat returned to his human friend and began chewing through the garden hose with remarkable precision, freeing Harold within minutes.
The ability of rats to chew through various materials, including hoses, shoelaces, and the occasional electrical wire, is well documented. However, the speed and accuracy with which Sir Ratington freed Harold is truly exceptional. It suggests a level of cognitive understanding far beyond what we previously believed rats were capable of.
With the would-be thief vanquished and Harold freed, the bond between man and rat only grew stronger. Harold and Sir Ratington now live in harmonious partnership, their days filled with shared snacks, TV marathons, and occasional visits from their raccoon friends. As Harold reflects on his unique companion, he's convinced that Sir Ratington is more than just a pet. He's a friend, a protector, and perhaps the best roommate a man could ask for. The town of Oakview may never fully understand the legend of Sir Ratington, but for Harold, life will never be the same. And so, as the sun sets over Oakview, one thing is clear: sometimes the best companions come in the most unexpected forms. All it takes is a little kindness, a fresh pair of socks, and maybe a leftover slice of pizza to change a life forever. This documentary created by the University of Real Not Fake Documentary.